Hey, and welcome to Justin Forgets to Hit the Record button. If you're watching this on YouTube later, this is the part where the video is going to start because I forgot for the first 15 minutes to hit the button. Yeah. Sandy tunes in just in time for the rim job. Was there a light that came on? So just running this along the base here. And it's a fairly dark color, but if there's something underneath, like especially if it's a darker color, like a darker brown or black, it will shine through. So just set that off to the side. Let it set for a second. Back to that arch reverent that we were doing yesterday on the stream. We got the body all done up, head's glued on, wings are done up, all the fun things. And then we'll just knock out the rim. So, GW had a big announcement today. In an unusual move from them, they announced a game that's 2 to 3 years out in development. And even said not coming soon. But everybody's already hyped. The Old World, Warhammer the Old World, they announced that. So if you don't know what the Old World is, Age of Sigmar, which is a game on the figure that I'm painting right here, right now, evolved from them ending a game called Warhammer Fantasy Battles. No, they did not announce that Epstein did not kill himself. Um, it's Games Workshop. I don't think they're going to get involved in that. Anyway, this game came out of the old Warhammer Fantasy. They blew up the old world. And when I say they blew it up, I mean they literally blew it up. Like the whole world went kaboom. And they reset with Age of Sigmar. Sigmar finds these realms or makes these realms, and yeah, that's how we get to the game that we're at now. Well, apparently, because I wasn't playing at this point, that ticked off a lot of folks because some cool factions that were in the game didn't get moved over, and a bunch of the named characters that were in the game that were like cornerstones got just completely blown away. So, like Tomb Kings just went bye bye. They didn't make it through. Nagash made it through, but not the Tomb Kings. Even though he's got his giant Egyptian hat and all that fun stuff, and like Archon the Black is got his little hat. Doo 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 doo. They look Egyptian, but they're not Egyptian. Damn it, they're not Tomb Kings. Anyway, I'm guessing all these old factions are going to get to come back, which should be fun. So if you've got a Tomb King army that's sitting and collecting dust, please contact me. I've been looking for one. Now that they've said this, I'm probably going to have to pay extra. Great. It's part of the reason I picked up the Bone Reapers, because guess what? They got cartouches. No, they're not Tomb Kings. Okay. Whatever you want to say. Round and round we go. When it stops, nobody knows. Alright. So, sometimes when you do your basing and stuff, you miss little spots like that. Right there on the back of his foot. What the hell is... I'm looking at it from over here. Everything's cool. Back here, not so much. Alright, we'll get a little brown or something on that here in just a second. So those little white glyph areas that we went through, we're going to take some Weight Watcher green. So the old glaze that they made. I don't think they make it anymore. I think I've said this before. Don't think they make it anymore, but Warpstone green, the contrast, pretty close to the same color. This one's got just a hint more yellow in it, but not much. So I'm just going to take that and just let it run down into the little recesses. And where my brush sort of caught the edge of the ridge and just, left a little white paint, we just mark that up with a little bit, and now it's a glow effect. That's right. You were doing glow effects and didn't even realize it. That over there. Doesn't take a whole lot, especially when you put it over the white and it just goes in there. What we'll do is we'll put this down, and if we want a little bit more green, we'll just run over it again. A little more green, and on his noggin. Hey, Jordan. On how to paint bacon. Are you talking like... Man. Sandy's wanting to know how to paint bacon. Take like a pink skin tone and then throw in like a little bit of brown around the edges and just sort of hit and miss across it, so you get those little like darker parts of the bacon that pop up. Maybe instead of a brown, maybe do like a red, like a Seraphim sepia. If you start off with that pink color that bacon likes to be, do that, and maybe hit it with a little bit of the crimson, or the little bit of Reichland Flesh shade, so it gets that red in there. But a mix between those two. Think of adding a bacon effect to the guts, bases instead of grass. Ooh. Yeah, that one's gonna be a hard one to do though. There's no easy way to do that, I don't think. A little bit more green. Just give it a couple little dabs of the green into the eye there. You can almost see that. There we go. So yeah, it just drops right in. And voila. Green glowy things. Alright, so that little spot that we missed back here on the back. I say we, like it wasn't me that missed it. We're going to take a little wildwood. just throw it onto the back there. There's like a white little fleck just running around on my base. So where I see those little spots and everything, we're just going to take a little dab of that wildwood. Boop. 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 And it shows up in the weirdest little places too. Like sometimes it'll be right in the middle of absolutely everything, and there's no reason why that should have popped like that, but it did. Spot right there, little spot right there. Basically, I'm just looking to see where the white is picking up my eye. Make those horns a little bit darker and bring some shading down into his face just a little bit. Do do do. Do do do. I like it. Now the problem is that I wasn't paying attention, and like where I grabbed the rim of the base, I sort of took the paint off with my fingers. Oopsie. So we go back to, let's put another coat on him real quick. So generally what I like to do is I like to shoot the, like if I'm going to do a varnish, once I get to this point, once I've got the base down on the rim and everything's dry brushed and all that fun stuff, I will shoot the matte varnish then. And then I'll go back in whatever, like grass, or if there's anything that you want to put on it at that point, then that's when I put those on there. I just don't like to shoot the varnish on top of the grass and stuff. It does weird things sometimes. And there's the cat. Hi, Artemis. How are you? Really? Really? So on top of the lighter color like this, like I kept most of the stuff off this base. It does really well. Just a couple of quick coats will usually do it. But little sections where the wash came down and darkened up, or say you primed in black, it's going to take a couple of coats of this stuff. Some folks will just base it in black around the rim. I don't like to do that. I think their like prime one that they do around is Steel Legion Drab, I think is what they always say that they base their stuff in. It's basically a khaki color. It's just, I think it's a shade brighter than this, but it it's a pretty neutral color. It doesn't matter really what you put it on. As far as like on a table or whatever, it's fairly neutral. It doesn't really stand out too much. Doesn't get in the way of the model, I guess, is what I'm trying to say, without successfully saying it. Put that one coat down and run around to the next one. These guys were sort of a rush job. I say rush job, but so they're primarily what you call it, contrast. I used some Druky Violet, which is one of the shades, and did on the... Hey, no scratching on the chair. So like the skin, it's cut so that whitish gray undercoat shows through. So we're just wrapping these up, finish them out. Call this done. So, like I said, this weekend's the first tournament that I've ever done where it's a multiple day. Like, we'll come back on Sunday and do it some more. So there'll be 3 games on Saturday, and then 2 games on Sunday. What I'm really... hey, watch out. What I'm really hoping to do is just break even. Seeing as I never played in one of these. You know, like 3-2 would be awesome. I'd be completely happy with that. I'm not... I like to win, but I don't like to make lists that just, you know, smash. Even though I'm playing Slaanesh, I still, like, you know, if you take a look at tournament wins and all that stuff, they're running 3 keeper lists and all that stuff, and I've got 3 keepers. But I'm not running a 3 keeper list because why? Why would you do this? I don't know. I mean, I understand why you do it, because you just want to absolutely smash everything, but it's sort of like putting it on autopilot, so we'll see. I got 2 keepers, 2 chariots. They're killy enough, but if something hits into them before I hit them, I'm in deep doo-doo, because they do not survive for crap. They just die really, really fast. I'm definitely playing a army that has to hit quick and hit hard. But sometimes my big hitters just don't do crap. So the last team tournament, or the only team tournament that we did, first round I had Keeper of Secrets that only did like 1 wound. Yeah. I mean, Sandy's like your list is about as fair as you can play and not just play down. Yeah, so I had played the last tournament that we had was um, I played a different list and I stunk a bunch of characters in that nobody ever plays. Aren't the like best ones available to you? Just because I didn't want to just absolutely smash face. And it sort of became like a let's kick Slanesh. So yes, and I roll a lot of ones. Yes, everybody's like, "Oh, the locus of diversion is so broken on the keeper. All you have to do is not roll ones." Yeah. Uh huh. And there's no reroll, but it at least keeps the game interesting because now I have to actually choose instead of just me. I'm gonna kill everything you have if I can. Now I have to go back and forth, and I have to go, okay, where can I lose guys and still survive this? Because my line troops are like paper. They're there. They hold a pot. They hold a point, and that's about it. I mean, if I get a big group of them to hit, yeah, does good. Exploding sixes, all that fun stuff. But it, I mean, you just slice through them. Was it a 3-man unit of Kurnoth hunters sliced down 20 of them? Yes. Yes. The game that I played Sandy, 3 out of the 4 times with my keeper, all I have to do is not roll a 1 and I'm fighting first. 3 out of the 4 times, I rolled a 1. How is this possible? I don't know. There's some kind of probability deflecting field around my dice. I don't know. Science should definitely check into this. I think it's the beginning of the quantum improbability drive. If I ever roll and a bowl of petunias show up, we'll know. Hi, Emily. Just finishing up some models. Run around the base real quick, get that color down. This one's still just a little spotty, and I want it to look good because you spend a little extra time on a model and you just want the base to be perfect, you know? So we'll just run around the base, make sure it's all painted up, not too splotchy. There's a couple little dark spots, we might touch that one back up. All the fun bits. So yeah, this is basically going to wrap up the armies for the week. We got. Oh, let's not grab it by the base. Just our Karnoth Hunter. We got him glowing. We did the earlier in the week. We did the witch. I think that one's the witch. One of these is the witch, and one of these is the wraith. I'm not sure which. One or the other. Then, not sure if I showed this. We did up the one of the other Karnoth Hunters with the blue underneath. Got all his leaves in there, all nice and shiny. Try to do brown, and it looks definitely lighter on these. Did up an endless spell. The Glade Worm, definitely glowy. Yep, pretty much. Everything's done up. Then, what is it? We did up, actually for my army, did up a few of the Chaos Warriors. Pretty happy with the way they turned out. I had a couple of extra bits from some demonettes, so we got a little more Slanesh stuff stuck on there. But yeah, I mean, for a rush job on these guys, I think they turned out pretty well. I just needed 5 of them, so anyway, we will. That's gonna do it for today. I know that's a pretty quick one, but it was just wrapping up some stuff and getting on the road. So I'll be heading into Atlanta here shortly. Just hanging out beforehand, hanging out in Atlanta tonight. Trying to do some other stuff tonight, and then Saturday and Sunday we'll be back at Gigabytes playing the tournament 2-day event. Also today was the launch of Marvel Crisis Protocol. If you look on YouTube, that's the figures that you saw me painting earlier. There's Spider-Man, Doc Ock, Red Skull, Captain Marvel, Captain America. There's a bunch of streams that I did on those and everything, so check those out if you want. If you want to stop by and subscribe, that would be awesome. Love it. But do as you like. Anyway, have a good weekend. Do something fun. Hang out with the family. Hang out with your friends. Maybe go paint something. Have a good one.